So, what is the marketing mix? The marketing mix is a crucial plan that a business uses to reach their goals. It involves strategically combining different marketing methods to sell product or services to a specific group of customer or imong target market, kung pang families ba siya, pang bata ba siya, pang teens ba siya, and so on. So in simple term, it's about getting the right product to the right person at the right price in the right place and at the right time. So the idea of marketing daw is nag-start siya kang Professor Neil Borden. He identified the 6 key elements such as product, planning, pricing, distribution, promotion, selling, and market research. Then later on is gisimplified siya ni Jerome McCarthy into the well-known 4 P's. First is the product, price, promotion, and place. So the product is it is the actual goods or services a company offers, while the price is it is the how much customer pay for the product, while promotion is it is how the company communicates with customer and persuade them to buy. Example is kanang advertising, newspaper, and so on. Last is place, where the product is available for customer to purchase. So this element work together to ensure businesses meet customer need and achieve their objective. So how does it work? So businesses use the marketing mix to understand what their customer want and needs. Then after knowing their customer want and needs, they will design product or services that meet those needs of customer. They will set the right price, promote effectively, and sell it in the right places. For example, you are a owner of a hotel. So let's say na ang imong target market is families. So kay kabalo naman kasi mong target market, diri na pud taon saan nimo pag-design si mong product in order to meet those needs of consumer. So kay families man ang imong target market, of course you offer pod a friendly rooms and activities. Then your price may be family package deal nga worth it pod if mo avail ang consumer. And also, para ma-attract nimo ni nga group of consumer, you need to show ads such as a happy families enjoying the view. And last is your location must be in a beach because daghang family nga ga-outing, and your location must be a kid friendly so that safety ang mga kids. So, further information, the next reporter will go dig deeper about the 4 P's for more understanding.
Knowing the 4 P's of marketing and travel guide is important because it helps in effectively promoting destinations, attracting tourists, and ensuring a great travel experience. So, the 4 P's of marketing are the product, the price, the place, and the promotion. So first, let's discuss the product. The product is the travel experience. In a travel guide's case, it is the experience being offered. This could be a guided city tour, nature adventure, historical exploration, and so on. It includes services such as transportation, accommodation, recommendations, itineraries, and insider tips. Second one is the price or the cost of travel services. The price must reflect the value of the experience. A guided tour with exclusive access to attractions may be priced higher than a self-guided itinerary. Pricing strategies include offering early bird discounts, group packages, or premium VIP experiences. The third one is the place or the distribution channels. This refers to how travelers access the guide's services. A travel guide could be offered through travel websites and blogs, social media platforms, travel agencies, and tour operators. The last one is the promotion or the marketing strategies. Travel guides need effective promotional strategies to attract tourists. This can include social media campaigns, influencer partnerships and travel vlogs, discounts and referral programs, and print materials like brochures and travel magazines.
So let's proceed to the power of digital distribution in tourism. Tourism industry has undergone a dramatic transformation due to the rise of digital technologies. Digital distribution encompassing online travel agencies, social media, and content marketing has fundamentally altered how travel is planned, booked, and experienced. This report explored the impact of this shift on travel writing, highlighting both opportunities and challenges, and there are the rise of online travel agencies and their influence. Autos like Expedia, Booking.com, and Airbnb have become dominant force, offering consumer a vast selection of travel products and services in a single platform. This centralization has significantly impacted travel writers. While it provides increased access to information for research, it also creates a competitive landscape where writers must differentiate themselves. The sheer volume of online content necessitates unique angles and compelling storytelling to stand out. Travel writers now need to leverage its SEO strategies and understand the algorithms of this platform to reach a wider audience. For example, is a travel writer focusing on ecotourism in Costa Rica might need to optimize their blog's posts for keywords like sustainable Costa Rica travel or eco lodges and eco-lodges and responsible tourism to appear in relevant online travel agencies search. So second is social media's impact on travel writing. Social media platforms like Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok have become powerful tools for both travel marketers and writers. Visually driven content regions supreme demanding writers to incorporate stunning photography and videography into their work. The image work. So, ang example is a travel writer covering a culinary tour in Italy could create short, engaging videos for TikTok showcasing specific dishes and local markets using relevant hashtag to increase visibility. So, like kanang lugar kanang so so klaro na kayo kung unsay impact sa digital sa travel writing. So, next is content marketing and its role in travel writing. Content marketing strategies such as blog posts, articles, and destination guides are crucial to attracting and engaging potential travelers. Travel writers are increasingly involved in creating this content, partnering with hotels, airlines, and tourism boards to promote a specific destination or experience. This collaboration requires a delicate balance between creative writing and marketing objectives, ensuring authenticity and avoiding overly promotional language. Example is a travel writer might collaborate with the tourism board to create a series of blog posts highlighting lesser known attraction in a region to incorporating information about local business and accommodation. So that's the content marketing and its role in travel writing. So sa next na pod, challenges for travel writers in the digital age. The digital revolution present challenges alongside opportunities. The saturation of online content means fierce competition for readership and visibility. Maintaining originality and avoiding plug- plagiarism is crucial. Furthermore, the need for constant online engagement can be demanding, requiring writers to balance creativity with the technical aspect of digital marketing. Lastly, future trends. The future of travel writing in the digital age will likely see an increased emphasis on personalized experience and immersive storytelling. Virtual reality and Technologies offer exciting possibilities for creating interactive travel narrative. So the so in conclusion, the power of digital has made everything easier when it comes to travel. It's now much simple to book trips if you are a tourist seeker, and if you're a travel writer, it makes your job easier because your travel writing content can reach a wider audience through the power of digital.
So our next topic is all about analyzing the rule of expanded marketing mix. So unsa ilahang rule ani diri sa travel guide. So first is we have the product. Ang product is it could be services or goods. But kung i-relate na to siya sa travel guide, itong gina-offer is services. Okay, so muna siya. So the travel guide itself is the product. Second is the price or how much does it cost or pila man siya ang ato ang kuan ang travel guide kung i-relate na to siya. So nagdepende siya sa imong value nga gina-offer. So muna siya sa price. So place. Place is where can customer buy it. So ahaman mapalit ni siya ang atong travel guide. So, pwede siya sa Amazon, pwede siya sa website, pwede po siya sa travel agencies. So, muna siya sa place. Dayon, promotion. How do people know about it? So, unsaon man, pagkabalo sa mga tao nga mabalaan nila ni nga travel guide. So, pwede siya sa online platform, pwede siya sa online. Dayon, pwede ka makipag-collaborate sa mga travel blogger nga kana bitawng ma-promote nila ang imuhang travel guide. Kay advantage pud siya pag maggamit ka og mga online blogger or kanang mga travel blogger nga kana bitawng known na gid sila kay para katong ng mga tawo nga naka-follow sa ilaha is kanang makita bitaw nila or daghan na makakita sa imuhang travel guide. And disadvantage lang is need gid siya og bayad. Dayon, and next is we have the people who represents the brand or kinsa man ang represent sa brand. So the author itself, ang author gid ang represent sa brand ani. So when we say author is katong gahimo sa travel guide or ga-edit sa travel guide. Dayon 6 is we have the physical evidence. Ang physical evidence ani is kana bitawng this could include high quality design, maps, photographs, testimonial from satisfied customers. So ang physical evidence is pwede sa picture, pwede pud siya kanang mga feedback sa mga customer nga gina-post nila online. So makita gid sa mga viewer or sa mga atong mga prospect nga kuan sila kanang ay okay ni siya nga travel guide kay daghan na nakaadto dito, daghan na satisfied nga mga customer. So possible pud maka-attract po taog customer in the future. Dayon, next is we have the process. Ang process is, it's all about how does the business run smoothly. So, unsaon man, or unsaon na siya pag-relate sa travel guide. So, sa travel guide is, unsaon man pag-purchase sa mga customer na to online sa atong travel guide. So, dapat mag-provide ta og kanang bitawng easy access. Kay kung dalian na sila or dali nila ma-access na siya, so possible nga ma-satisfied sila. Kay kung ma-satisfied ang customer, it will create a loyalty customer. So, pag na loyalty customer is ma-enhance or ma-improve ang atong brand. So, which is ang travel guide. Or kana bitawng natay brand bitaw ay okay ni siya nga kanang travel guide. Kana bitawng ma-suggest pa bitaw sa mga tao nga sa ilang mga friends or sa ilang mga colleagues nga okay ni siya nga travel guide or na-satisfied sila. So, tungod kay okay kay na siya kay easy access kay sagara mangod karon ang mga tao is gusto sila fast or convenient lang gid sa ilaha. So, that's all. Thank you.
The seven P's of marketing, which are the product, price, place, promotion, people, physical evidence, and the process. The following examples of airline companies that uses seven P's of marketing, which are the Cebu Pacific, AirAsia, and the Philippine Airlines. First, Cebu Pacific. It is known the low fare leader. Marketing focused of Cebu Pacific is strategies centers on aggressive low fare promotions. Nagapromote sila og pinakababa ang fare, famously including piso fare sales. They maintain a strong online presence. Ginagamit nilang social media, TV, and radio to maximize reach. Their extensive route network covers many domestic and international destinations. Sa traveler experienced expected budget-friendly flights, pero dapat nag-prepare ta for extra charges such as baggage and other add-ons. Online booking is straightforward but advanced planning is key to securing the best deals. Ideal for budget-conscious travelers, backpackers, and those prioritizing affordability over luxury. The second example of using the seven P's of marketing is the AirAsia. It is known the Pan-Asian Connector. The marketing focus of AirAsia is to emphasize its extensive network across Asia and Australia, offering competitive fares on numerous routes. Their marketing leveraged online channels, making booking easy and efficient, while primarily a low-cost carrier. They offer options for preferred seating and premium class. Kani sa AirAsia kinahanglan mag-book kadaan para mas dali og mas mapapaspas ang imong flight para matagaan ka og preferred seating og premium nga class. The traveler expect a no-frills flying experience but with the convenience of extensive connectivity. Ang online booking is simple para sa AirAsia para mas ma-upgrades ang imong flight. Pero sa baggage is na fees. Considered good na siya sa AirAsia. And then, the AirAsia is ideal for the budget-minded travelers exploring Southeast Asia and beyond. Those comfortable with a basic but efficient service, and those to appreciate easy online booking. The third airline companies that use seven P's of marketing. The Philippine Airlines. It is known the national flag carrier. Marketing focused the Philippine Airlines positions itself as the country's premier airline, offering a range of services from budget-friendly first to premium business and first-class options. Their marketing blends online and offline channels, highlighting their extensive domestic and international network and the Mabuhay Miles frequent flyer program. The traveler experienced passengers can expect a more traditional airline experience with options for various levels of comfort and services. The Mabuhay Miles program adds value of frequent flyers. In the Philippine Airlines is ideal for the traveler seeking a balance between cost and comfort, those who value convenience and a more traditional airline experience, and frequent flyers who appreciate loyalty programs.
Best practices in destination branding. Identify unique selling points. Understand what makes your destination unique, whatever its cultural heritage or natural beauty or culinary experience. Pinpointing this USPS is crucial. Second is engaging the community. For branding to be authentic, it must resonate with a local community, their environments, ensure the brand reflects the true spirit of the destination. And the third is consist- consistent messaging. Consistency is in messaging across all platforms ensure that the brand identify remains strong and recognizable. Then fourth is leverage digital platform and utilize social media, website, and digital marketing to share stories, images, and experience that embody the destination's brand. Or the last is monitor and adapt. Destination branding is not an one-time effort. Continuously monitor the brand's performance and adapt strategies as needed to remain relevant and appealing to target audience. And that's all the five best practices in destination branding. Thank you.
And let's proceed to how destination can use branding to drive tourism. Destination branding is crucial for attracting tourists in today's competitive market. It's more than just pretty pictures. It's about crafting a unique and compelling narrative that resonates with potential visitors and differentiate a location from its competitors. This, pro- this, this carefully constructed identity encompasses various elements all working together to create a memorable and desirable experience. This, this is just especially this is especially important for tour guides who often serve as the primary interface between the destination and the visitor, directly shaping their perception and influencing their overall experiences.
Elements of destination branding. First is identity. Logos, slogans, and visual imagery diri na siya mabutang sa identity. And then second is core values. The beliefs that destination stand for ang core values. Then third, unique selling proposition or USP. What differentiates the destination from others muna siya ang munang USP. Then fourth is target audience. Ang target audience kay identifying the primary demographic to attract.
The AIDA model. The AIDA model, which stands for Attention, Interest, Desire, and Action, is a marketing framework commonly used to understand how to influence consumer behavior. It's often applied to travel guide to encourage potential travelers to book a trip. How AIDA model works in travel guide. First is attention. Travel guide aim to capture the reader's attention with captivating visuals, intriguing headlines, or compelling stories. It means that first you do as a travel guide is maghikayat ka or magkuha attention sa imong customers on how to promote your destination. For example, maghatag ang mga visuals or pictures about sa destinations. Second is interest. Once a reader's attention is grabbed, the guide must spark their interest. If ang sa first ka attention man, if makuha na nimo attention sa isa ka turista, imo ring kuno ng ilang interest. Kung unsa ang ilang interest, if ganahan ba sila sa hiking or ganahan sila camping, like unsa ilang activities nga ilang gustuan nga pwede nimo ma-offer sa imuhang trip, like showcasing the destination's unique culture, history, or activities. Third is desire. The guide then aims to cultivate a desire in the reader to visit the destination. So as a travel guide, dapat imo yung i-highlights sa imuhang customer or sa turista ang ilang kung sa ilang desire, like nganong ganahan sila ani or nganong kailangan nila ni nga trip, nganong fit ni sila ang kaning trip or destination nga dapat nila adtuan is that unsa ang ipa-feel sa ila or ipa-experience sila how the trip fulfilled their travel aspirations. Last is action. The guide encourages the reader to take action, such as booking a trip and visiting a travel agency. Whereas ang as a travel guide, dapat tuluan nimo ang imong turista or ang imong customer on how to book a trip in that specific destination. Like tuluan nimo sila sa asa sila mag-booking, asa mag-visit or maghatag kag information about that specific destination para mag-book sila for accommodation, and also visiting a travel agency.